So this is Avery Baines of Lamont's Fight Predictions. Sorry for this being so late. It's been a very long day today, but it's 8 o'clock, but 10 minutes after, give or take. We have several fight cards going on tonight. I want to get a good lighting. Make sure you can see me. I'm kind of a dark skinned fella. Make sure you can see me here. I'm gonna be able to get a decent lighting tonight. So here goes. Okay, first off, we have the fight card that's going to be topped off by the main event, which is going to have Danny Garcia going against Sean Porter. That's going to be the main event. We got several fights on the undercard. The one fight that caught my attention is a young lady's going for a title in her sixth different weight class, whether it's a male or female. I was told that this is only two fighters in the history of any kind of contact sport that's done it: Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao. So thumbs up to the young lady trying to make history in women's boxing. Any type of history in our sport that we love, I have no problem with that. Women's boxing some years ago, I want to say maybe late 90s, mid 90s, was Christy Martin on Don King's cards on Showtime, of course. But since then, it's had so many different channels, so many different female fighters have made their mark. Layla Ali and Frazier's daughter, I forget her name. But anyway, there's been a lot of female fighters who come out and shown that they have the skills, they have the training, they have the ability, and I hate to say it, they 9 times out of 10 have better technique than some of the guys. So hats off. I'm back on to ladies boxing. Hope she does well. Good luck in your fight. I'm going to do three quick pro quotes before I get to my prediction. I saw an interview with Keith Thurman, who's been MIA with injury, shoulder injury, hand injury, and surgery he had to an elbow and shoulder. Everybody's been giving Keith Thurman a lot of problems. Give the man a break. Right now, he's been out 900 days, I think the guy said on Below the Belt. Shouts out to Dante's Boxing Nation, Fight Hub, FightHype.com, Below the Belt. These are some of the channels that I watch and some others that I subscribe to, whose names I forget right now, but I'm going to take the time to write everything down in my next show and take my time to acknowledge everyone who I think is doing a great job by bringing their opinions to the sport that we love and giving us some insight. We're amateurs, we're doing this as a hobby, but at the same time, our sport doesn't have the form that football and these other sports, basketball, have. People getting there talking about the stats and things on a regular basis. Ours were far and few in between. Tonight we got gems. We have what's on here basically is we've got two fight cards in the same night, which has been happening here and there. You don't know whether to go Showtime or know whether to go this place, Fox with the Premier Boxing and all that good stuff. But for us fans, it's a smorgasbord. We'll take it. Give us a full plate. We love it. I even thought about having my commentary without my face being involved. We're not trying to promote myself or Mavis Mobile Eatery, catering service in Florence area, Columbia, surrounding area. Not necessarily. Shout out to Tim Macon, my best friend in the world. He's also a fight fan. We have fight parties at his mansion. We also go to different events. It's beautiful, but we're Team Macon for life. Aiken Services, Aiken First Class Taxi forever. Get out of the way. All the sponsorships out the way. Now, got the bills paid. Now, Keith Thurman has been out. He's been injured. Before he went out and had a surgery, he fought 3 father-son duos with Guerrero, with the Porter, and then finally with Danny Garcia. No fighter in the welterweight division can say they've beaten all 3 of those guys. Danny only has 1 loss. Sean only has 2. Sean Porter lost to Kell Brook and also Thurman. Danny Garcia only lost to Thurman. Guerrero got a couple losses down the line, Mayweather and all that good stuff. But the bottom line is, I'm saying that to say this, Keith Thurman has put in his work. He's hurt. Let the man take all the time he needs to come back, because when he come back, he has to face the hungry Lions, the top crop of the welterweight division. He doesn't have any what you call tune-ups. I don't even know who you could pick for a tune-up. Talking about a tune-up coming out either in December or January. I don't even know who he could pick for a tune-up. The welterweight division is stacked so deep. Even Manny Pacquiao winning a title and coming back, getting Matisse out the way, the shifting sands, the shifting pawns on the chessboard is constantly moving. Let Thurman rest. Let him come back. Let him do his thing. He deserves that. Got married. He's enjoying himself. He unified 2 of the titles. The last unified welterweight champion we had was Floyd Mayweather. So give the man a break. Let him. They took the belt, or he vacated it, whatever. They're fighting for the vacant title now. Now they got a chance to make something happen, and the winner of that can talk his smoke. We got Crawford, we got Errol Spence, we've got, of course, Thurman and Recess. We got the winner of this fight tonight. We got enough on our plate to worry about, not to worry about whether he's coming back too soon. Then when he get hurt, oh, he fought hurt, that's why he lost. No excuses. He want to take his time and come back and be one time. Give the man his break. I did off my chest. There's been talk about Mikey Garcia coming up to fight Errol Spence. If he wants to do it, let him do his thing. Manny Pacquiao moved up to fight Oscar. Crazy things happened. Floyd moved up to fight a heavyweight. Crazier things have happened. So, as a matter of fact, if you think about it, a lot of guys have been having interviews discouraging Mikey from trying to make this happen. He basically is a 140-pound IBF champion now. He vacated, went back down to lightweight, unified that division. So basically, he's not jumping from lightweight to welterweight. He's jumping from junior welterweight to welterweight. Zab Judy did that, didn't he? Yeah, Zab Judy did that. Sure did. Shane Mosley jumped from lightweight to welterweight and then went to junior middleweight. So whether it's a good or bad or the other, every man has the opportunity to do his thing, and I think he should be allowed to do just that. So that's out the way. If that fight does not occur, Errol Spence will be looking for a fight. Who knows who he may do another mandatory or whatever. But if it doesn't happen, Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, and down the road will still be a force later on in the welterweight division. To me, Terrence Crawford will be a better size matchup. Errol Spence is a big welterweight. He could fight at 154 and probably wouldn't notice because he's so strong. He could go in there and knock everybody out at 154 like he did at 147. But I'm gonna throw a little pinprick in the balloon. In my opinion, the difficult fight for Errol Spence is Crawford. I picked Crawford to be the favorite in that fight, or either the winner. Crawford has things that Errol Spence has not seen before. Crawford has had to overcome adversity. He's been outboxed 4 rounds against Gamboa. He got hurt against Gamboa, came back and won that fight. He's fought guys that are taller and rangier. He's fought guys who can move well, guys who can stay on the inside, guys who can fight side to side and give him some angles. He's also fought guys who are stronger, hit harder, guys who are wild brawlers. He's found a way to win. Errol Spence, but for all his skill, his style, everything that he's done well, he's not had to overcome adversity yet. He hasn't fought with a cut. He hasn't been hurt. He hasn't been outboxed. He hasn't fought with a broken hand or any kind of injury. So he's always had things on a pretty even playing field, even against Kell Brook. We knew Brook was damaged goods coming in because of what happened with Golovkin. Even those excuses aside, it still was a competitive fight. So you haven't said that to say this. A fighter who can show Errol Spence something he hasn't seen before is going to make him dig deep, and then we'll find out what he's made of, what proof's in the pudding. In my opinion, Crawford, having came up successfully in different divisions, facing different types of talent, either A, B, or C class, he's still seeing something different than what we've seen from Spence. To me, right now, welterweight-wise, outside of Thurman, Crawford's the man to beat. So, let's get that off my chest. Now, going to the fight card tonight. I don't know much about the guy that Khan is fighting in Vargas. I know he fought Errol Spence. I think he fought one other name off the way. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, don't know much about him. We're not expecting him to win. But I'm going to throw a little pop in the balloon again. I think Vargas knocks Khan down. And I think Khan wins a split decision, but I think it's going to be a rougher fight than we think it is. Vargas like he's ready. There's a heavyweight it's Charles Martin, what her name was, the one that gave the belt away to Joshua. I think he's going to win that little piece of fight he's in. Why he's coming back, although he can't beat anybody in the heavyweight division. I can get in the ring and beat him probably without training. I'm 239. I weigh in pretty good. Get him out the way. But I'm going to go ahead and say I think in the main event for the Danny Garcia, I'm going to go with Shawn Porter by split or unanimous decision. I just simply think that Porter's work rate, his ability to switch as far as when he comes in, he can get counterpunched, and he did against Thurman, yeah. But unless you're able to stop him from coming, see, there's a difference between being able to catch you with a shot and being able to stop you. Thurman couldn't do it, which may have been the reason because of the problem with his shoulder and his elbow. Who knows? But he rocked him really well twice, at least in the fight. I don't see Danny Garcia having the footwork. I don't see Danny Garcia having the work rate or the ability to adjust quickly enough to keep Porter off of him. Berto found out the same thing. Thurman's only reason why Thurman was able to do it because Thurman was able to adjust. His hand speed is different. When Thurman and Danny fought, it's like he was walking in quicksand and potholes, taking them walking in potholes, post holes. So it's going to be, in my opinion, not going to be an easy fight, but it's going to be a consistent fight where it'll be back and forth for about, I say, Porter going to get the first 3 rounds, no problem. Danny may get the 4th, the 5th may go back to Porter. Danny may get the 6th and the 7th, but from 8 to 10, I think it's going to be Porter, and then they'll slug it out for the last 2 rounds, and I think Porter either split or unanimous. But Porter, I see as the new WBC welterweight champion, which is good for everybody with guys like Berto and Devin Alexander, who have already lost to Porter. They never get a chance at that belt, so they got to look someplace else. They don't want that smoke with Errol Spence, I'm telling you right now. I love you, Berto, one of my favorite fighters. You don't want that smoke. So maybe Manny Pacquiao is an option. Who knows? I'm hoping Manny will get in the mix and want to fight. You don't need to fight contender guys. Go and fight some names. Let's get this happening. I'd like to see Thurman and Manny. I would like to see Berto and Manny. But we never know. Brandon Rios has been used, Tim Bradley, Manny Pacquiao, Danny, so we can't get him. So we have to find who can you use as a tune-up fight. I'm going to go back and do some research in the top 20 in the welterweight division, maybe top 10 for a title, and we'll see what happens on that. So that's out the way. But hold my hands, my feet to the fire. Sean Porter, decision. Khan by decision.
You say 5 minutes.
So Sean Porter, decision. Khan, decision. That Charles Martin guy, who cares about decision? We know we got big fights coming up with Joshua and Povetkin. I'm going with Joshua. I know Big Baby Miller has a fight coming up. Of course, I'm favoring Big Baby Miller. I'm at 12 minutes and some change. The fight cards have already started, so I'm going to sign off here now. This is Avery Lamont talks about Avery's Mobile Eatery, tea making for life. We'll check back with you after the fight. It may be in the morning because it's probably about midnight before everything's over. I got 2 different fight cards going. So after that, we'll check with you. Have a good night. Appreciate you watching.